All right, so welcome to our time out meditation session. My name is Skyla Ramirez. Today, in our timeout session, we'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to work with the primary energy in the body that's used to create a feeling of support, security, and also a sense of complete wellness in the body. It's an energy in the hips, and it ultimately governs and regulates the entire nervous system. So as we begin, let's do a little bit of a scan through the body while we breathe deep. Draw in a big inhale and then exhale and become aware of your feet. And in the next few moments, let the feet soften, let the ankles soften. Allow that awareness to move up into the calves, into the backs of the knees. And then we'll pause right there and we'll draw in a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Continuing with that scanning and that softening process over the fronts of the thighs, the backs of the thighs, and then noticing the side hips and the buttocks, the pelvic floor, softening these places in the body. Bringing our awareness up through the sides of the trunk of the body to the low back and into the belly. Let's soften even the internal organs, the stomach itself, releasing tension in the actual intestines and the belly. We'll pause there, take in a big breath, and then let it go. To our scanning, we bring it up to the chest, softening the chest behind the heart, softening the right side of the body. So thinking about where the heart is resting in the center of the chest, softening the inner right side of the chest cavity out to the shoulder, the elbow, and the arm. And now bringing awareness to the left side of the heart, the inner cavity of the chest on the left side of the heart, softening this space, the left shoulder, the elbow, wrist, and hand. And then bringing awareness through the throat up to the jaw. Let's relax the jaw, separate the bottom lip away from the top lip, especially relaxing the very middle of the bottom lip. Let's pause here, taking a deep breath. And now let it go. And scanning for those final bits of softening through the face. So relaxing the bridge of the nose, the edges of the eyes, the insides of the ears, relaxing the forehead, the back of the head, and then feeling a softening move from the back of the neck down to the base of the skull. And again, relaxing the jaw. Now, for the next few easy breaths, there is a specific technique that we can employ that's used to completely relax the nervous system. It's a specific acupressure point along your gum line behind the two front teeth. So if you take the very tip of your tongue and touch it, curl the tongue a little bit and touch it behind the two front teeth, the very center of the two front teeth along the gum line, just behind those two front teeth. There's a specific acupressure point used in yoga called Jigwa Bandha. And this acupressure point has some neuroscience behind it, as it requires the tongue to drop down and to curl. This energy diverts into the tongue from the jaw, from the cranial nerves. And there is this intimate connection between the jaw, down the spine, all the way to the low back and into the pelvis. So we are completely relaxing a pretty complex system called the vagus nerve, VAGUS. Just simply keeping the tongue curled under, pressing against this acupressure point, the bottom lip is going to naturally relax. This will disengage the muscles of the jaw, further relaxing the shoulders, the spine, the low back, hips, and pelvis. Now, as we inhale and exhale, inhaling through the nose if possible, exhaling from the throat, and noticing on the exhale the breath as it kind of moves through the pockets of the cheeks when we exhale. And as we inhale, there may be a bit of breath that moves in through the nose and in through the mouth. Concentrating on the exhale from the throat and really observing the sensation of the exhale As it fans out, divided by the tongue and the mouth, and divided into the pockets of the cheeks as it moves out with the exhale. The breath may become a little more audible with this technique as it creates this hollowed effect in the back of the throat. So let's take just one quiet minute to inhale through the nose and then exhale from the throat with the tip of the tongue touching the gum line, and then really feeling for the breath only on the exhale. About one quiet minute. We can always hold the tip of the tongue in this place through the entire meditation, or we may naturally release the tongue. The body may naturally release that contraction all on its own. So we just allow it to be whatever the body prefers. Let's take a moment to observe a weight in the hips, maybe feeling for the next few exhales that we become a little heavier in the hips and in the low back, and feeling the support under the hips and the low back that conforms to the body. This support under the hips and the low back, we'll just consider this to be our feelings of the earth's support today. Or you might want to rename it the feeling of the universe supporting us, the feeling of support from a spiritual guide or from a religious element as well. So take a moment, and as you exhale, let the body heavy itself through the hips and the low back and become aware of a feeling of support. And we may want to name that support something that creates more meaning for us, affirming with those long exhales and that heaviness in the body, in our minds, saying to ourselves, in this moment, I feel supported. Repeating that maybe once more. In this moment, I feel supported. And that quite literal physical support translates to emotional and energetic support. So if we can feel supported in the physical body, that feeling of support transcends the physical energies into mental and emotional energies. I feel supported, focusing on the sensation that we feel in the low back, the sensation of physical support in the body. Now, as you exhale with this feeling of physical support, begin to exhale as if you're going to fog a mirror. So it's a breath that is full of heat, and imagine that it is a red light that leaves when you exhale. This breath is very audible. The breath almost literally has a voice. From here, we'll inhale. And as we exhale with that heaviness and that support in the body, that exhale is really breathy, full of heat. Let's try this 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. One more. Now, this red vaporescent light, you're welcome to continue exhaling with that ha breath if it feels right for you. This light quite literally represents any residual stress, any tension in the body that we may be aware of or not so conscious of. The heat that moves out of the body with this red light represents any anger, oftentimes underlying feelings of depression, feelings of loss, feelings that could be relative to all sorts of stress and tension and changes in life that can be accompanied with a lot of anger with that loss. So, ridding the body of the anger by way of objectifying the emotion, seeing it as a red light. We know that anger, repressed anger, or even subconscious anger can build in the body as an energetic current that can lead to a lot of different illnesses, inflammatory responses. So we objectify this energy, objectify the emotion, whether we think it's there or not. This is preventative maintenance, as anger is part of the human experience. It's part of the spectrum of being emotionally as a human. So take a big breath in and then exhale. And we release any anger out from the body. Maybe we don't call it anger. Maybe we just acknowledge it as an emotion that might be residual from past experiences. Now for the next few easy breaths, maybe we let go of that breathy exhale with the heat, and instead we just soften the body. And we're going to replenish our reservoir, or the space that we've created, by releasing the anger, releasing the heat. We're going to replace it with a calming or pacifying energy. So now as we inhale, we breathe in from all around us a beautiful blue colored light. And it might be blue like an indigo blue. It could be like a blue moon, a silvery blue energy. It could even be more of an aqua blue, like what you'd see in the Bahamas. So inhale, let's breathe in and allow your body to fill with this subtle, peaceful blue light. And then exhale, feel that you are releasing gold light from the body. So we might actually see it, or we might just have a sense of a presence of this colored light around us. Inhaling blue, exhaling gold, and just continue to see that energetic exchange and that shift in the color. Inhaling blue and exhaling gold. Let's layer into this active meditation a little bit of sound. And this particular sound is used to create order and peace. The sound is lum. Lum. And if you wanted to chant it, you could chant it. It quite literally activates the same acupressure point that our meditation began with. You could simply engage the tongue once more, Jikwabanda, and just hear the sound lum leaving from the body while you see that gold light. Let's try it together. Inhaling the blue light, exhaling gold, lum. We may want to pause after each single chant of lum, pausing for a few moments. And again, this could be done silently, so the sound is with the mind. It's an internal resonance that chants the lum. This is equally effective of chanting it out loud as well. So either out loud or in your mind. Let's try it again. Deep breath in, beautiful blue. Exhaling gold. Lum. Noticing what we feel in that space. It may be that memories come up, it could be emotions, it could be words or other miscellaneous sensations. There's no right or wrong in this art of observance after we chant. Rather, it's just the ability to identify a part of us that is more observant, observing what it's like in that space. Maybe there is nothing there. Maybe the observation is complete peace, complete order, complete stillness. Let's try this just once more. Inhaling our silvery blue or turquoise blue. Exhaling gold with lum. Lum. Now, having the primary energy in the body centered, I invite you to repeat after me this series of affirmations and just noticing if any of them don't feel true for you. And if they don't feel true, reminding ourselves that sometimes this is part of the process in healing, this is part of the process in meditation, is to notice whenever there is resistance. So sometimes these affirmations feel uncomfortable because they come up against our own belief systems, and it's resistance against belief systems that maybe are not so beneficial for us. So continuing to repeat the affirmations and the mantras apart from how we feel, noticing when there is resistance, and then maybe just, putting that observation to the side and allowing that to be something that we pick up later. Beginning with our affirmations, awareness in the hips and the low back. I am safe. Awareness inside of the pubis area, the reproductive organs, the lower groin. I create. Awareness in the belly, the stomach and solar plexus. I can. You may want to personalize that. I can persevere. I can endure. I can heal. I can experience wholeness in this moment. Awareness to the center of the chest. I am love, the embodiment of love. Awareness of the throat. I speak. Awareness of the third eye, brow center. I see based on clarity, wisdom, and insight. And finally, awareness of the crown of the head. I am. And maybe take a moment and refine that. I am. Whatever it is that we are feeling we want to get us through this day, whatever it is we think we might need to get us through the week or the month. I am peace. I am at ease. I am patient, compassionate. I have grace. Identifying those various characters, virtues, or emotional states that ultimately we feel help us to embody love and light. I am that. Let's deepen our breath. Breathe into your being, whatever the I am is. Maybe pause at the top of the breath, taking in a big inhale, and then let it go. Maybe just one more like this. There is a specific hand gesture that we can practice to help to renew our reservoir of energy, renew the life force, and help to rid us of what we consider to be more destructive emotions like depression, anger, and anxiety. This gesture is called the prana mudra. Prana means energy or life force in yoga. To do this, you take your peace fingers, fold them down to touch your thumb, and then take your ring fingers and your pinky fingers out straight. And you can hold the hands down in front of you or off to the side. They can really go anywhere. And you could even do one hand at a time if it feels more comfortable. But you just hold this hand gesture. And the belief system in yoga is that this is pressing on specific acupressure points to help to create more order, more peace in the building blocks of energy that ultimately help to restore our vital functions as it is relative to emotion, the physical body, and the psyche. So, this is all around body, mind, and spirit acupressure points. We can continue to hold this for anywhere from 3 to 30 minutes as I close our meditation today. I wish peace, grace, compassion, and healing for you. Namaste in your journey.